60 million years ago, long after the dinosaurs vanished, the world belonged to new giants in the sweltering, primordial rainforests of what is now Colombia. An apex predator ruled unchallenged. It was a creature of mythic proportions, a serpent so colossal it could swallow crocodiles whole. This is the story of Titanoboa, the largest snake that ever lived. Imagine a jungle, denser and hotter than any on Earth today. The air is thick with moisture, buzzing with the sound of insects the size of your hand. Giant turtles, with shells as wide as a dinner table, patrolled the murky waters of a sprawling river system. This was the Serpent Formation, a neotropical paradise teeming with life and the hunting ground of our titan, Titanoboa cerrejonensis. Its name literally means Titanic boa, from Seregen. And Titanic? It was. Fossil vertebrae discovered in a Colombian coal mine revealed a snake that stretched over 42 feet long, some estimates pushing it closer to 50. It would have weighed more than a ton, as heavy as a small car. To put that in perspective, the largest snake alive today, the green anaconda, rarely exceeds 30 feet and half a ton. Titanoboa was in a league of its own. Its girth was just as staggering. You wouldn't have been able to wrap your arms around it. At its thickest point, it would have been as wide as your waist. Visualizing such a creature is difficult. It defies what we think of as a snake. It was less a serpent and more a living, breathing locomotive of muscle and scales. So, how did a snake get this big? The answer lies in the climate. The Paleocene epoch, when Titanoboa lived, was a hothouse world. Global temperatures were significantly higher than they are today. For cold-blooded reptiles like snakes, a warmer environment is a godsend. Their metabolism is directly linked to the ambient temperature. More heat means a faster metabolism, which allows them to grow larger and process food more efficiently. Scientists estimate that for a snake to reach the size of Titanoboa, the average annual temperature in its habitat must have been around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a tropical vacation spot year-round, and it was the perfect incubator for a giant. But what did a behemoth like this eat? Its immense size required a substantial diet. Living in a massive river system, Titanoboa had a buffet of giant prey to choose from. Its neighbors included some of the largest turtles and crocodiles ever known. We're talking about Acarontosuchus, a type of dinosaur, or ancient crocodiliform, that grew up to 20 feet long. These weren't the alligators you see in Florida. They were formidable predators in their own right. Yet, for Titanoboa, they were just another meal. Unlike modern anacondas and boas that often ambush prey from the water's edge, Titanoboa was likely a semi-aquatic hunter, perfectly at home in the vast, murky rivers. It would lie in wait, a living log of death, its patterned skin providing perfect camouflage against the riverbed. When an unsuspecting crocodile swam by, the attack would be swift and silent. Titanoboa was a constrictor. It didn't have venom. It didn't need it. Its power was in its coils. Once it latched on with its sharp, backward-curving teeth, the battle was already over. It would wrap its immense, muscular body around its victim, and then squeeze. The pressure exerted would have been immense, an estimated 400 pounds per square inch. That's like having the entire weight of the Brooklyn Bridge piled onto your chest. It wouldn't crush the bones, as commonly believed. Instead, the immense pressure would cut off blood flow, inducing a rapid circulatory collapse. The prey would succumb in moments, suffocated not from lack of air, but from a complete shutdown of its internal systems. After the struggle, the real spectacle would begin, swallowing its meal. Like modern snakes, Titanoboa's jaw was a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Ligaments, not a solid bone joint, connected its lower jaw, allowing it to stretch its mouth to incredible width. It would slowly, methodically, engulf its massive prey, distending its body to accommodate the giant meal. A 20-foot crocodile would be a huge dinner, one that could sustain the snake for months, perhaps even a full year. It would then retreat to a quiet spot to digest, a slow process for a creature of its size. The discovery of Titanoboa in 2009 was a landmark moment in paleontology. It didn't just introduce us to a terrifying new creature. It completely reshaped our understanding of prehistoric ecosystems and the limits of reptilian growth. The fossils were found in the Serpent coal mine, one of the largest open-pit mines in the world. As miners stripped away layers of earth to get to the coal, they were also peeling back the pages of deep time, revealing a lost world. It was a team of paleontologists, led by Jonathan Block from the Florida Museum of Natural History, and Jason Head from the University of Nebraska, who recognized the significance of the massive vertebrae being unearthed. At first, they were thought to belong to a giant crocodile, but the distinct shape, unique to snakes, told a different story. By comparing these fossil vertebrae to those of modern snakes, specifically the boa constrictor, they were able to calculate its incredible size. The fossils also gave us clues about the world Titanoboa inhabited. Alongside the snake's bones, paleontologists found fossilized leaves and pollen. These plant remains were crucial. They allowed botanists to reconstruct the ancient rainforest, revealing a world far different from the Amazon of today. It was a wetter, more extensive, and far hotter jungle, capable of supporting life on a truly gigantic scale. Titanoboa wasn't just a monster. It was an indicator species, a living thermometer that told scientists just how hot the planet was 60 million years ago. For about 10 million years, Titanoboa reigned as the undisputed king of its domain. There was nothing in the water or on the land that could challenge it. It was the top of the food chain, a hyper-carnivore that shaped the very ecosystem it lived in. But like all reigns, its time came to an end. The downfall of Titanoboa was likely linked to the very thing that allowed it to thrive: climate. As the Paleocene gave way to the Eocene epoch, the Earth began to cool. The global hothouse started to chill, and the tropical regions, once uniformly scorching hot, began to experience more moderate temperatures. For a cold-blooded giant like Titanoboa, this was a disaster. A cooler environment meant a slower metabolism. It would have struggled to digest its enormous meals. Hunting would have become more difficult, requiring more energy than the snake could afford. The delicate balance that allowed for its gigantism was disrupted. The world was no longer warm enough to support a 50-foot snake. Gradually, the Titan's population dwindled, and eventually, this magnificent serpent vanished from the face of the earth, leaving only its massive bones behind as a testament to its former glory. Today, the legacy of Titanoboa lives on. It serves as a powerful reminder of how life can adapt and flourish in extreme conditions. It's a window into a past that was warmer, wilder, and inhabited by creatures straight out of a nightmare. The fossils from the Serpent mine continue to be studied, offering new insights into the evolution of snakes and the complex interplay between life and climate. Could a snake like Titanoboa ever exist again? It's a fascinating question. With current global warming trends, the planet is heating up. While we are still a long way from the hothouse conditions of the Paleocene, the principle remains. A warmer world could, theoretically, allow for the evolution of larger reptiles. Perhaps, in some distant future, millions of years from now, another Titan will rise to rule the rivers and forests. But for now, Titanoboa remains a creature of the past, a ghost from a lost world. It challenges our imagination and forces us to reconsider the boundaries of what's possible in nature. It was the ultimate predator, a true titan that terrified the earth and secured its place as the undisputed king of all snakes. The story of Titanoboa is a powerful chapter in the Book of Life, a tale of gigantic proportions that continues to captivate and inspire all. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time. If you were fascinated by the story of Titanoboa, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the prehistoric world. Let us know in the comments what ancient creature you want us to explore next. See you in the next video.